6 o'clock alarm would never ring. Here's a very cute song from the Monkees from 1967, written actually by John Stewart, who was a member of the Kingston Trio before leaving to pursue a successful career as a songwriter, and sung on the original by Davy Jones, who you may agree has a more mellifluous voice than I do, and certainly sings in a higher range. So you're used to me having to switch octaves and stuff, never mind. The key suits him very well, is in the guitar-friendly key of G. And you know, there's not an awful lot to this song. We've got the intro you just heard, then we've got a verse, then we've got a chorus, another verse, another chorus, and that's kind of it. We end up playing the chorus round a few times to fade. So let's look at the strumming style we're going to use straight away, and then we'll put all the different parts together. Now we've got 4 beats in the bar, and what we really want is just this classic pop backbeat where we have the bass on beats 1 and 3 and the snare on beats 2 and 4. Boom, ch, a boom, ch, boom, ch, a boom, ch. So I'm going to achieve that by picking the bass string, so for a G that would be the 6th string, on the first beat, and then strumming the upper strings on beat 2. That's the basic idea, but we want a bit more texture there, so I want to include some of the up strums. So I'm just going to be a little bit sloppy almost, so that I catch some of those strings on the way back up. Picking with the thumb, strumming down on the upper strings with the fingers, and then catching the movement of the hand, catching the strings on the way back up with the back of my thumb. That's the basic idea. But if you listen, and you can hear this very clearly on the intro, we're not going da-ga, 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 but da-ga, 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 da-ga. The first half of the beat lasts longer than the second half, if that makes sense. So for us, the down strums are going to last longer because we have this gentle swung feel. That kind of a thing. Okay, so that's the feel we're after. All right, let's crack on with the verse. Now, we open up with a bar of G, a bar of A minor, a bar of B minor, and a bar of C. Oh, I could hide beneath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. Okay, and so for the A minor, the B minor, and the C, I want my thumb to be on the 5th string. I mean, maybe you could strum those instead. That's fine, you don't have to be quite so accurate then. Just strumming the lower strings there. It doesn't really matter if I catch the bottom string. But if I want to give it a bit of rhythmic profile, I'm probably going to use my thumb to catch those. Now, just before we go on, same chords for Here, There and Everywhere, written by Paul McCartney, and that was released in '66, I think. So, you know, I'm only speculating, but it is amazing how these little ideas float around, isn't it? Okay, so we've got our first 4 bars, then we get into G, E minor, A7, D7. Not very original, but a kind of classic chord sequence of its type. I could hide beneath the wings of a bluebird as she sings. 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but and now we start again. Initially, the second half of the verse is the same. We pick up our G, A minor, B minor, and C. But it rings as I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. Now we get 2 bars with 2 chords each, so each chord lasts for 2 beats. G to E minor, A minor to D7. My shaving razor's cold and it stings, ending on G. And this is the last two bars before we go into the chorus. And what happens here is, my shaving razor's cold and it stings, da-doo-da-dee-da-doo-da. It's kind of a brass band sound on the original. And if we plot that out on the guitar, I'm not sure how I'm going to put this on the screen yet, whether I'm going to put the tab or what, I don't know. Let's just have a look at the melody. Ba-do-da. So on the second, third and fourth beats of that bar, we've got G, and then ba-do-da, ba-da-dee-da, almost like a hymn. And actually we can harmonise that with chords below. If I start picking rather than strumming, so I can be sure that my top note is the melody note, I've got the G, open second string. I'm going to play nominally D over F sharp, but I don't need anything on the top two strings because the melody note's on the third string, so all I've got is a finger on the second fret of the bottom string, my second finger, third finger on the second fret of the third string, and then back to that G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up to A minor, down to the G again, open second string, D over F sharp, down to E minor. So all of that, 2, 3, 4, or 1. And if we just play, let's play the whole of the verse and put that in, and then we'll be ready for the chorus. I could hide beneath the wings of a bluebird as she sings. 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaving razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. And we're into the chorus. So the chorus, we have 2 beats of C, 2 beats of D, and B minor for bar. Davy Jones sings, cheer up, sleepy Jean. I'm going to sing that an octave lower, just so you know. 2 beats of C, 2 beats of D to B minor. And then 2 beats of C, 2 beats of D to E minor for 2 and C for 2. So those 4 bars. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it be to and then a bar of G and a bar of C. Daydream believer and a G for 2, E minor for 2, a bar of A7 and a bar of D7 to finish. Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. That's the whole of the chorus done. So let's just have the very end of the verse going into the chorus, just so we can get that little transition there. My shaving razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? That's also that D, it's a bit high for me. Never mind. That's pretty much it. We should look at the intro as well. We'll do that right now. And that there's an interlude after the third chorus. You'll see where that comes in a moment, that's identical to this. So the intro is nominally a bar of G and a bar of C over D. But really it's played on the piano. Blink and blink and blink and blink and that kind of a thing. You could put a G in the bass, but I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick the open second and third strings, my first and second fingers, in 8th beats, alternating with the open 4th. Okay, but you could do that with G. There is a bass guitar playing G. It just feels a bit weird to me, so I'm just going to do that. And then all I need to do for the C over D is put my finger on the first fret of the second string. And that repeats. Okay, so that's just that. Up to C over D. I could hide. If you wanted to strum that, then G, And the C over D, well really you just want the top 4 strings of that open 4th string, open 3rd string, 1st finger, as we've seen on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and the open top string. That also works. I mean, if you've got 2 guitars and one of you does one thing and the other one does the other thing, that's going to work quite nicely. Anyway, intro, verse 1, chorus. Verse 2, exactly the same, obviously different lyrics, chorus. Now what happens is this, it's not very difficult. Once we've played the 2nd chorus, we just repeat the chorus once, and then we get that one time, just to give us a bit of breathing space. Cheer up, sleepy, and we go into the chorus for the 4th time, and that repeats to fade, so we get another kind of 1.5 choruses, and that really is the whole thing. So yeah, I'm done, and I recorded the whole thing in one take. Who knew that was possible? By the sheet music, you'll have that all clearly and beautifully and professionally laid out. It's all very accurate, matches the original single exactly, and that helps me out. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to have a playthrough of the whole thing now with my little backing track, and then I'll run the backing track on its own so you can play it your way. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could hide neath the wings of a bluebird as she sings. 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. She even raises cold, then it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me as a white knight on his steed. Now you know how happy I can be. Oh, our good times start and end with $1 to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean.